I don't have anything at all picked out to talk about right now, so we're just gonna go for a ride and see what we get into. It's a nice day. There's supposed to be some storms rolling in later, so thought I'd better get out now and get a little bit of riding in. Let's do story time, I guess. Now about 6 years ago, I guess it was, I bought my first bike, and that was a 2006 Sportster XL 1200 Custom. So basically it was a 1200 Sportster with a larger fuel tank, so it looked a little bit bigger. And it was a good bike. I bought it with like 5,000 miles on it, so it was crazy low mileage, so I got a pretty good deal on it. And you know, anything I've looked at about beginner riders getting your first bike, all that, everyone says you will drop your first bike. So I knew that, and I was trying to be careful, taking things slow, getting comfortable on the bike before I went and did anything crazy. And I practiced the slow speed maneuvers and stuff that you do in the MSF course. I did it on my Sportster to get a feel for it on a bigger bike, and that bike came in at like, I think it was like 570 pounds or something like that. So, you know, that's a lot bigger than the little Suzuki 250 or whatever it was that I rode at the MSF. And that, you know, 200 or 300 pounds heavier made a big difference, obviously. And I'm a smaller guy, you know, I'm like 5'6", 140 pounds, so dealing with a big heavy bike like that, I was a little nervous at first. And it had a nice low seat height on it, so I had no trouble flat footing both feet on the ground. You know, I ordered the bike, I bought it from a place that wasn't nearby, so I had to get it shipped. And the day that it came in, it was raining. It was like 50 degrees and raining in the middle of July, so an odd, cold, rainy day in the middle of summer. And, you know, I fired the bike up, went for my first little short ride, and I kid you not, at the second intersection that I came to, after getting my bike, I dropped it. And I felt so stupid, like there was a car behind me. Like I said, I literally just got the bike. But it already had a few scratches and dents. One of the levers was bent on it, so it, you know, it didn't hurt too bad to drop it, but it still just made me feel dumb. And the reason I dropped it was I pulled up to the intersection and I was making a right turn, and I didn't have my front wheel straight when I stopped, and I wasn't holding the front brake or anything, so with the wheel turned to the side, it just didn't want to stand up straight, and it went right on over. And with a bike that big, there's no wrestling it to try to keep it up. So that was a humbling experience right off the bat. And then a couple weeks later, I dropped it again, and that one was for just a dumb reason that I couldn't do anything about. Yeah, so I came to a stop at a stop sign. I went to put my right foot down, and I was wearing jeans, and my pant leg got caught on, I don't know if it was the foot peg or the shifter, I don't know, but my right pant leg got caught on something, and I couldn't get my foot to the ground, and the bike started leaning that way, so yeah, it came tumbling over a second time. And luckily, you know, that one was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, nobody was around, so I was less embarrassed, I was more frustrated. And I'm pretty sure it was that same day I went back, parked my bike when I was done riding, and I don't even know what happened, but when I parked it, it fell. So I don't know if I didn't put my feet down or something stupid like that. Came to a stop in the parking lot and my bike fell over. So that was kind of embarrassing. And yeah, those are the only 3 times I dropped that bike. I haven't dropped this one, thankfully, and hopefully I don't, but yeah, just thought that was a little funny story time to talk about. So yeah, lessons learned. I keep my wheel straight at a stop, or at least hold the brake so it doesn't go sliding around. And I bought a proper pair of riding boots when I got this bike, the Alpine Stars SMXS, I think is what they are. And I tuck my pants inside the boots, so there's no way for my pant leg to get caught on anything. And yeah, I put my feet down when I stop, because that's a smart thing to do on a motorcycle. So I guess lessons learned. You know, you make mistakes, but as long as you learn from it, you're doing all right. So I haven't made any of those mistakes again, thankfully. But yep, the warning rings true. You will drop your first bike. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. Yeah, it's the hardest part of doing these is just coming up with something to talk about. So that was the first thing that came to mind that was motorcycle related. And if you were entertained by this at all, or watched any of my videos, do me a favor and subscribe, like the video. Any of that support is appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.